up? What's up? Hey, gems. Hey, gents. Happy Wednesday, WINS Day. It is your girl and the team of Cherie, Queen Pen of TGI and the Diamond Riders, back with another episode of Hustle and Shine during this really great Diamond Heist. I see y'all coming in the room. Get in here, get in here. We got a great topic tonight. Now, y'all know I got to drop a disclaimer. I got my candles burning, I got my sage burning, and I got my water in the wine glass for the wine down. Ladies, y'all may not like me after tonight. I love y'all, and that's why I'm doing this show. But y'all may not like me after tonight because I'm going to say some things that you probably don't want to hear, that you may have read in a meme and argue, no, it ain't me, that don't apply to me, it's the men, it's the men. No, we're dealing with the ladies tonight. We're going to talk about us. I'm about to be your mirror for the next hour. So stick around. Don't get anxious. Don't get in your feelings. Don't get upset. Be like, I don't want to hear this. No, stick around. Because y'all know I might cut you, but I come right behind with a thread to stitch you right back up because I'm big on us being healed and healthy and whole and mature. And big girls own their shit. Big girls, grown women say, that was me. I messed up. I didn't do that so well. That was my fault. You know what? I wasn't that great to him. I didn't support him. I didn't fulfill his needs in the relationship. That's what we're talking about tonight. So I have a really great guest who is all about restoring love and relationships in the Black community. His goal, desire, passion, purpose, and effort is to make love and relationships dope again. So I'm going to bring him out in a few minutes, but I just got a couple of quick announcements. First off, if you missed any of the Diamond Rider interest calls, I hate to inform you that open enrollment is officially over for the 2023-2024 writing year. But don't you worry, you can still support us, you can still collaborate with us, you can still meet us at events and buy our books. So definitely, if you missed the opportunity to sign up for membership with the Diamond, sorry, but you can still shine with us in so many other ways. So of course, stick around here on the Hustle and Shine podcast. Visit us on the website at diamondwriters.com. Follow us on Instagram at Diamond Writers, Twitter at _Diamond Writers, and of course on Facebook. And again, the minute we reopen enrollment, whether we do a mid-year or just another full year, I will be sure to post and share as much as possible. Another announcement, obviously, we have a new book coming out. Y'all ain't ready for this one. I'm telling you, if you love Pretty Broken and you love Beneath the Crown, you're going to love this next one. So stay tuned. Look out for our flyers, our announcements, our reels, our posts, our lives, mentioning on the Hustle and Shine podcast. You do not want to miss this next book. We're going to have pre-orders, I believe. Mel V, my MV pen, please drop in the comments if I just made that up or if we really did talk about having pre-orders. Listen, y'all know I'm a we leader, not a me leader. I am nothing without my team. And so shout out to my diamonds. If we did agree to do pre-orders, please confirm that in the comments for our listeners. If not, my bad, y'all. Sorry about that. But again, definitely stay tuned for the book. Last but not least, if you in on this Kanye conversation, please keep it respectful. Listen, there is no need for us to fight each other over something that don't even concern us directly. I'm really getting tired of the toxicity and the disrespect in comments because we can't agree. It is okay to have an opinion that don't match somebody else's. So please do better in honoring yourself and one another in community by being respectful in the comments. You can respectfully disagree. And if you don't know how, you should probably get off then. Get off the thread if your mom ain't teach you how to not get in your feelings when someone's views oppose your own. Had to say that. Listen, I don't care what side of the table you on, as long as you're respectfully sitting on the other side of the table and articulating your thoughts and your opinions. Again, on a matter that really don't affect none of us. Whether he went from billionaire to millionaire to 5 figures, does he pay your bills? Does he take care of your kids? Okay, so please keep it respectful. Like, let's do better. Let's have more community. All right, so that's all I wanted to say. I'm ready to get into this show. I got a guest, my big brother, Treamell Lawrence, better known as Mel of DBDS. Where is my brother? Let me bring him out here.
Hey, what's going on, my people?
What's good?
What's going on, my sister?
Listen, it's Wednesday. Good vibes, good energy, no bad
Uh,
days, savage.
no
So we
bad
got
days. Even the off days, you got to be productive. How's everyone doing tonight in the hustle and shine community? Thank you for having
good.
me. Appreciate it.
Of course, I had to. As many times as you've allowed me to come on DBDS and share with our brothers and sisters over there, I had to have you on Hustle and Shine to talk to our gems and gents, especially about this, bro. But before we
Right.
get started, before I introduce our topic for tonight, let's check the comments, see who in the building, see what love we got going on.
Yeah.
So we
Let's check it out.
Facebook user says, "Hey, hello. We don't know who
Hello.
you are,
Hello.
but thanks for being on the
Hello.
show." We got one of the diamond riders, one of our VS diamonds, Jessica Newman. Hey, sis.
Hello,
Hey.
Jessica. Nice to meet you.
We got another Facebook user laughing. I hope it's the same one. What's good? Dropping diamonds. Thanks for being
Okay.
on the show tonight. Oh, my sister, my beautiful sister, Colleen Nero. Hello. That's another diamond.
Hello, Colleen.
Dropping love, dropping diamonds. Tiffany Matthias. Hey, the Phoenix in the building. And then we have Colleen again. She says, "Let them know, Queen Pen. Listen, gotta help us out. We gotta do better,
Oh,
sis.
we do.
Got to." So again, thank you for everyone who's currently on. If you're going to watch the replay of this, if you're on live, jump in these comments, engage with us. I'm telling y'all, Mel gonna bless y'all. He got some gems.
I am excited. I'm
He
excited.
really do. So please start off by telling us your hustle, Mel. Let the gems and gents know who you are.
Well, first off, I'm the founder of DBDS. That stands for Dear Brothers, Dear Sisters. And listen, it's been an ongoing maximum effort to bring awareness and promote healthy monogamous relationships out there. And, just coming from a background, especially coming from a single parent household, that impacted my worldview of dating and relationships. And even though my mother did her very best, there was a lack of masculinity within the household because I had a lot of that feminine energy and I was missing that other equation. So early on, I had that learn as you go method. And that learn and go method had me writing letters to myself. I was putting Dear Treamell, and the days afterwards, due to breaks up in relationships, due to having great relationships, asking myself, what am I doing right and what am I doing wrong? Yeah. And after going through some counseling sessions and meeting up with a therapist and, starting to change my mindset, my therapist gave me a suggestion. He was like, instead of writing these personal letters to yourself called Dear Treamell, why don't you start writing it to the public? So I just flipped it around. I started writing messages to the men out there, dear brothers, and I started writing messages to the sisters out there, dear sisters, more to the sisters, because I feel like the sisters have more of a ramification when it comes to tough relationships. It's more challenging, I would say. But, I just put that out there. And that writing to me was a healing process. And I figured like whatever was helping me, I put it out there can help someone else. And that's how the moniker of DBDS was born. All due to writing personal letters to myself as a method to heal during those tough times and good times, I would say.
Wow, Mel, that's so dope. And the reason why I love that so much personally, because that's literally the foundation and the mission of the Diamond Writers is to heal. We heal through writing. We believe sharing our stories not only provide permission slips for others to share their stories and heal through their writing and through the telling of their stories, but it creates legacy, right? And so I love that you do that. And shout out to the DBDS family. We are growing. It is a dope community.
We are growing.
No.
Yes, absolutely. Check it out. You better
Yes.
check it out. So not only that, I mean, this one seed that was planted, of course, expanded the DBDS group, which if your followers are not aware, they could join the group. It's a DBDS, which stands for Dear Brothers, Dear Sisters. And that's where we have mature conversations. We help uplift each other, especially those that are having challenging times in their relationships. It also created the seed for the Dear Brothers, Dear Sisters book, which is available right now. So, which I'm right now working on my second book. And of course, it created the website, dearbrothersdearsisters.com. So anytime you need credible advice from people such as yourself or a blog or even a coaching session, We are here to uplift each other, because right now the powers that be want us apart. They want to continue for us to have this gender war, especially to our sisters out there saying they don't need a man.
Ooh.
And I'm telling you, need, I think that's a better term to use, because we need to have what's best for ourselves, instead of want. Want is more due to our fleshly desires, what we want out there. And I don't think that's a really solid foundation to build a positive relationship. So it's a lot of things in the works with DBDS, and I'm glad that you're a part of it as well.
Thank you. No, I love
Yeah.
it. I'm telling y'all, like he said, please check them out on Facebook. Go to the website. So much information, so many gems are dropped on a regular basis in memes and discussions and posts and threads. A lot of insightful information, a lot of healing happening, a lot of love and
Yes.
encouragement happening in the community. So definitely go and support that. And before we get started, before I introduce the topic and all of that, if you know a man or a woman that can benefit from tonight's show, who's looking to make love and relationship dope again, somebody who's struggling with dating like myself, listen, we keeping it all the way stacking here tonight. I have not had the best
Okay.
track record with dating, but my healing is helping me to see why. And so we're going to talk about that. Ladies, we are going to deal with you tonight, but the fellas, you can really benefit from this conversation as well. So y'all jump in the comments, start tagging your friends, your family members, your coworkers, that one dude in your crew that can't seem to get it right with the women, and it ain't because he a bad guy. He just keep choosing women who ain't ready. So y'all get in here. Y'all get in here, get in here. We gonna
There you
let's go.
go. There you go.
So, bro, I'm talking tonight about his needs, her needs.
I love that
And I
title.
spelled it in a weird way
Okay.
intentionally, right? In a weird way intentionally. I
Mm-hmm.
spelled his needs Kneads and her needs Needs. And the reason I wanted to separate the two is because anybody who knows anything about kneading dough, right? When you're kneading
Right.
dough, it's work, right? Literally, the
It
definition
is.
of need means to work something, to cultivate something, to put your hands in and massage something. And I feel like in relationships and in dating, especially in this era and in this time, that is the expectation that the man does the work and the woman, her needs are fulfilled. Like she ain't got to do nothing because she's supposed to have her needs met in the relationship, but his needs don't matter. As long as he's doing the work, he should be happy with getting sex sometimes. He should be happy with getting a cooked meal
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. He should be okay with having a beautiful woman on his arm and that being it. And many of us don't even know the needs of the men that we're with because we've never asked,
Right.
because we don't care, because we only care about us. And so, ladies, I'm telling y'all now, this is a it ain't about you episode. And I'm speaking to myself. I had to have these realizations in the mirror that it
Mm-hmm.
is not always about you, sis. No matter
Right.
how pretty you are, how stacked you are, how wet your hot box, how good your mouth it ain't always about you. And so
Right.
I want to talk about that tonight. So that is the name. First of all, tell me what you think of the title, what you think of the show topic.
No, I think the show topic is amazing because, a lot of, I'll say certain, I have to put that disclaimer out there. Certain sisters just want to invest in the finished project. They don't want to invest in their partner or someone to grow with, especially if that person has the potential or that person is working towards a goal, showing ambition and being productive.
Mhm.
Sometimes all that man needs is a little bit of nudge or support to help him get to the next level. And I'm not talking about that maternal mother in him, but some added support to be his biggest cheerleader. And, when that man has that extra bit of nurturing and that extra bit of inspiration, a lot of times those actions are congruent to that. And I'm telling you, sisters out there, your inspirations can dictate a man's actions. Again, I'm going to say it again. Your inspirations can dictate a man's actions. So the more that you inspire a man, the more he's going to feel invincible. And not only that, he's going to do very well for himself, but you collectively as a team, he's going to do well for the entire team. And we'll dive deeper into that because once I get going, we're going to
No,
get
and that's
going.
what I want.
But
No,
that's what you want? Okay, okay.
that's what I want. I want you to help because I think sometimes hearing it from a man who means no harm, who's not defending himself, who's not
Right.
attacking, right? one of the things that breaks my heart the most is more lately than before is you see so many posts from broken, bitter, unhealed, unhappy women complaining
Right.
about men and taking no accountability for their part in the demise of the relationship, in the
Right.
breakup, in anything that happens in the relationship. We label them as cheaters, dogs, trifling, selfish, immature, all these different adjectives we have for the men. And there's never a mirror facing moment, ever. And
Yeah.
I'm like, sis, okay, there are some bad dudes out here. There are some men who need, now I don't want to say bad because I don't feel like anyone's beyond repair
Right.
or reconciliation or healing.
Of
But there
course.
are some broken men out here, just as we are as women. Yet the culture and the world and society has a place for women to heal. We don't have a place for men to heal. But then we're constantly complaining that the residue of their brokenness is breaking us, is hurting us. Well, where are you providing the space for him to heal? Where are you providing the space for him to be vulnerable, to talk about his feelings, to talk about his disappointments and his hurts and his needs? So if we're not doing that and we keep recycling the same broken men,
Mm-hmm.
one after the other, he goes from relationship to relationship because that's what we all do, right? We
Yeah.
don't look at ourselves. And so
Mm-hmm.
he's going from relationship to relationship, hurting women with the broken pieces of himself. It's like if you break a glass. If I were to break this wine glass, right?
Right.
And then instead of one either trying to glue it back together or repair it or fix it, I'm still trying to use it. And so every time I pick the glass up, one of those shards or any of the pieces that are broken are going to cut me. And then I'm
Right.
mad at the glass for cutting me. Well, the damn glass is broken. Give
It's a
it an
bit.
opportunity to be repaired, to be restored. And so that's what I want to talk about tonight. And so the first thing I want to
Mm.
address is women doing better at dating with purpose. Because we always talk about,
Mm-hmm.
well, what are the man's intentions? And he keeps saying, let's just see where it goes. And he keeps saying, like, what I'm saying, he don't want nothing serious. Well, what do you want?
Right.
You
Right.
you put all the power in the brother and then mad because he doesn't want what you want. Well, what do you want? So talk to us about that. How can women do better at dating with purpose? And if there's a prerequisite, please give that to us first.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm going to hit it from both ends. I think that's a really great segue to go into this conversation. I'm going to hit it from both angles. So first, just dealing with the brothers out there, then I'm going to tag the sisters. To the men out there, the masculine, which I'm a big component of masculine and feminine energy, because there's this dynamic, sustainable dance between the two genders, right? So the masculine, I feel like, is more about doing. Men, I feel like, get the type of woman what they earn based on what they are doing. The kind of man that, a woman desires, such as being a provider, a leader, a protector. These are action oriented traits that's been done throughout the test of times, whether we were hunters back in the caveman days or even till this day, trying to be responsible before we, go out there and search for a bride worthy woman or a wife woman, and the more men do these things, the more they will learn to realize there's better options out there. Now, for the women, and I love this show because it's very uncensored. You can just state what's on your mind. It's no fluff. That's what I love about this show. But the woman or the feminine is all about being. And women, I feel like the type of men that you deserve is based on the type of woman that you are. It's all about you being who you are. So if you're a classy woman, are you a man's peace? Are you being respectful? Are you being loyal? Are you the type of woman that, save yourself? I would say just keep your body secretive for your future husband further down the road. Are you the type of woman that says that I'm so independent that I don't need a man? Or, these are the things, the more that you are as to who you are deep down inside will be better off the kind of man that you will deserve and you will get. So if you're a ratchet woman, believe me, you're not going to get a man of a class like a Barack Obama. You may get a Stevie J, but but you won't get a Barack Obama. So I think that's what's really important for our sisters to know out there, that you have to, in order to get what you want, you have to become what you want to attract, I would say. And once you become what you want to attract, it will instantly come to you. Instantly.
That's so good, bro. And I really want to stress one of the points that you made that just blessed me.
Okay.
And ladies, if you didn't catch that, I'm gonna repeat that. He
Sure.
said, Brother Mel said, be his peace, not just his peace. So be his PEACE, not just his PIECE. Okay?
Woo.
So be
Fire.
peace,
Fire.
the piece on his arm, you investing in your physical, you making
Hmm.
sure your silhouette is bad, you making sure your hair, your beat is bad, but your mouth is terrible, your attitude, your energy, you have a negative influence in your relation. Like, come on, be his peace, not just his peace. Did y'all catch that? Because I received that. Okay,
There
I
you go.
received that. I appreciate that though. And you know
Yeah.
what? Like, take it a step further in terms of women getting ready to date with purpose. What is
Gotcha.
some of the work that we need to do first, right? Because we get hurt, we
Right.
break up, and we right back out there. We back on the dating apps. We back on Facebook dating. We back on
Yeah.
whatever. We back at the
Yeah.
club, wherever we go. What are some things we need to do so that we can have more purposeful and meaningful engagement?
Yeah. Well, first, I mean, another great question. First thing that I feel that a sister should do, I believe should do, is first you have to forgive yourself. Even in those bad relationships that you had in the past, don't see that L as a loss. See that L as a lesson. Learn to heal, as you and I always ethically states. Healing is the most important process at all. But besides healing, you also have to do the work. Like with, some sisters out there, they just feel like the healing mechanism is the only factor. No, there's other factors too. You can go see a counselor. You can go see a therapist. You can even start changing your surroundings, because if you're the type of woman that's surrounded by ratchet women, then more than likely you're going to be that leaf in the wind that's going to gravitate more towards their mind state. So sometimes you have to change the chess pieces around you, right? If you really want to be a queen. My thing is that those who are not able to do the work, or who refuse to do the work, you'll end up becoming a very reactive person. And reactive people are usually affected by the environment. For example, a woman that's reactive, if the weather is bad, then she's going to think anything is bad. She allows everything else to dictate her thoughts. Whereas I just think people that are driven by feelings, driven by values, those are proactive people. And sisters, once you put in that work, you'll become a proactive woman. You'll be able to have that self-respect. You'll be able to start doing the self-care, doing the work. You don't have to jump from one relationship to the next, because if you don't give yourself time to heal, all you're going to do is just keep on attracting the same personality in the different body. That's what's going to happen. And my sisters, I don't want you to go out there to keep on getting sampled by different men, because going that route, that lane is very severely can hurt you in the long run. Trust me, because the more that happens, the more you're going to get those STEs, which is sexually transmitted energy. And it's going to have you more attached to the wrong person. And what's the definition of insanity, Tima? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So that's the first thing. Heal and do the work, those combinations.
I love that. No, that's so. You said you dropped so many gems. Like, I wish I was taking notes, but I have to host tonight. But
No.
the STEs, aka soul ties, ladies, like that.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
that is such a good example of the residue, right, from the past relationship. When you don't heal and you don't deal with yourself and you don't go internally, you don't even recognize that you still have soul ties.
You don't.
You don't even recognize that you've what I'm saying, contracted an STE, because you're not looking inside. You in the gym, right? We break up, the first thing we do, we back in the gym, get this body tight again.
Right.
I'm gonna go get these clothes. I'm gonna go get this hair done. But are you looking inside? Are you doing inventory on the inside? Do you even know what's broken? And
There
so
you
I
go.
love that you said that. I love that you said that. You have to do that internal work. And look, if y'all didn't catch Savage, that was my confessions of my internal work. I was completely naked for y'all. So go catch the replay. Let that be the start. Let it help you. It may
There you
not
go.
work in its entirety, but it helped me a lot, and it's still helping me.
I love
So,
that
bro,
what you stated. Love that.
go ahead.
No, I love what you stated, because the way that you're breaking things down, during these tragic breakups, pain can become your friend during those times. A lot of people don't want to go through the fire. In order for you to grow, you have to go through the fire, sis. You have to.
That part. You have to. You have to. And the dope thing about going through the fire, even though it hurts, it will singe and burn off stuff that don't belong. Because don't look at the fire as being consuming. Look at the fire as being purifying. That's the thing. Like, not all fire comes to consume. Some of it comes to refine and purify us and get us ready for who we really need to be with. But if you still carrying around all that extra stuff, girl, like, come on now.
There you go. And you got to know what you want too. You got to know what you want.
Up in the comments, bro, because they in here. They talking to us, and then we're going to move to the next subject. Okay. But I'm going to scroll back a little bit, just a little bit here.
Let's scroll it. Come on.
Our diamond sister Marlene says, "Preach." And look,
awesome. Thank you, sister. Appreciate that.
Getting us all the way together. We got one of our gents tonight, Jonathan. He says, "Preach."
What's going on, Jonathan? Appreciate that, brother.
Listen, y'all, ain't he saying something? Tiffany says, "Laugh out loud." She said, "It ain't about that WAP or that." Listen, it's not. It is not.
No,
it's not, sis. Not at all. Tiara says that part, encouragement. I'm glad he's encouraging you guys. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Let's take one more. Tiffany says, "Damn, STE, sexual transmitted energies. Ain't that powerful? Ain't that good?"
Thank you, sister. Appreciate that.
Woo, that right there, that's a whole episode, Mel. That's
a whole episode. Hey, let's do this. The team, let's do this. Let's do this.
Look, where our brother Carl at? Where's Tanisha? Where our DBDS family?
Our DBDS.
Get that one on the board. We're coming back for that.
Yeah.
Man, so let's transition into the next topic.
Okay.
I really, really want you to spend some time on this one because there's so many facets. And I'm calling this subject or this subtopic 2 years and 9 months.
Wow.
Let me break down why. Y'all know me, I do research, right? I don't believe in just getting on here and spitting my opinions. I like to have facts and data that speaks to the subject matter we're talking about. So I'm in my research bag, right? I come across this article and the gentleman said, and he had facts, like he had actual data and graphs and bell charts, curve to all that. Okay,
wow.
All of that.
Okay.
And he said the average relationship here in the U.S. only lasts 2 years and 9 months. And that includes marriages. Pause for reaction.
Man, breaks my heart.
2 years and 9 months is how long we're lasting in love, how long we're lasting in relationship. Can you imagine the children involved in that 2 year, 9 month relationship?
Oh, my goodness.
The broken families, 2 years and 9 months is the average. It's not to say some aren't doing 10 years, 7 years. We're not saying that. We're speaking facts and data because data don't lie. 2 years and 9 months is the average. I want to talk about why. Let's address some of the why.
Gotcha.
This is happening. So I first want to start, obviously, the show we're helping the ladies. Let's talk about some of the things that's happening in the relationship that women are doing from your perspective. Now, listen, shout out to my sister April. She owned it. We ain't talking about her. This is just, he gonna be speaking in general. He gonna be talking in general. So what are some things that you've witnessed either in counseling, when you're coaching, couples or single men or even single women? What are some of the things that you're hearing that women are doing that are causing these relationships to end prematurely like that?
I think a lot has to do with, it's a variety of factors. We can go back to their upbringing. Sometimes during my coaching sessions, it can be normalized due to their parents, the blueprint that they set for them. And they see that those relationships were very short term as well. They see that the problems weren't really focused on solutions, but it was more about fighting in front of the children and, the environment itself. But having that mechanism around, I'll say that around, not only that, but you also have to think about our culture these days, the music we listen to, the celebrity daddies and the celebrity mothers out there, if we don't have a good nurturing mother, or if we don't have a father figure, so we look up to the celebrities and find their relationships as our blueprints. And those celebrity relationships last, my goodness, like the average, like 9 months to 2 years, as you stated, that you see that on a regular basis. And it's poisonous, because not, relationships, healthy relationships is all about going there to give. And the whole marriage thing is really, it's sad, because it tells me that a lot of people don't take their vows seriously. Right. These are the kind of people that probably have their mindset fixated on marriage is a piece of paper, or those that just think marriage is just business only. They don't think about it that from a spiritual point of view, that marriage is really a three-way covenant between man, woman, and God. They don't have that equation within the marriage. So when you just think about, the selfishness, some of our sisters will just see this as my wedding day. They think about the wedding, but they don't think about the marriage.
They think about the bride and not the wife.
There you go. And it has a lasting traumatizing effect. It creates a vicious cycle, especially if there's kids involved, as you mentioned. And then, subconsciously they think this is normal. So as they get older, the same cycle repeats itself. And, it's almost like a very addictive, sad roller coaster. You're going on that same roller coaster up and down, and it's the same vicious cycle. So my thing is that what I try to promote and try to tell my clients that comes in, listen, you have to be able to vet properly. It's no difference than, if you're going to get a mortgage or anything that's very serious that you want to commit to. And I think this combination is time-based experience and conditions. And I think people have to be very aware of those two components, the time-based experience and conditions. So my sisters out there that just think that sex is the only thing that's going to have that man to commit to you, and they're so willing to have these late night visits or don't have any standards or self-respect for themselves, and then they end up marrying that particular person. Well, guess what? The foundation wasn't built on the conditions. And I feel like the conditions are your restrictions, are your rules, are your non-negotiable traits, your expectations. Right. Like for me, I don't care how fly she is or, the sex or whatever like that. What's the most concerning thing is, are you a good communicator? Are you respectful? Are you loyal, dedicated? Those are the things that I think people miss out on when they go out there vetting people. They vet people based on how many tattoos they have, how deep his voice is, how many abs or six packs he has. Like, these are non-sustainable traits. And I think when they get to that level and they don't get the time to get to know that person, they treat the relationship like a sprint instead of a marathon. It puts the effect, the cause and effect portion, that it's not going to last very long, because the foundation was more built on quicksand instead of a solid concrete foundation per se.
Right. Oh my gosh, I love that. Again, you said so much. Like,
thank you, sis.
Play myself. But one of the things that I definitely want to contribute to this, that I've noticed, not just in myself, but in friends and in other women that I know. Right. We tend to meet someone. He shows us who he is, and our pride and ego says, but I can change now. Different from me. Yes. And then you invest time, energy, you know what I'm saying? You invest all of these things, and only to get to your 2 year, 9 months, if you even make it that long, and the relationship is over. Because you did not open your eyes and see, like, no, this is not the man for me. And again, it's not even because he might be a bad guy. If you don't, I'll say this. One of the things I posted the other week. Right. I don't care how compatible we are. I don't care how much chemistry we have. If there is no true connection, there is no reason for us to move into a relationship past dating. Because dating is the sampling, right? Dating. There you go. Courting is the relationship that leads to marriage. So I'm not even going to enter courtship if you don't align with me in terms of connection, do we have the same values in rearing children? Because I still got small children. Are you
Right.
ready to be somebody's bonus daddy?
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do you have, financial literacy? Because I'm not doing that again. Like, there are so many things that I'm like, nah, we don't connect. You know what I'm saying? We mistake chemistry and compatibility with connection. Y'all not connected. You
Yeah.
trying to fit a square in a round hole, and you mad because the relationship is going to end in a year because you did not connect on certain levels. And so I'm not even for the foolishness. Like, no, let me go through this list. And it's not expectations. It's not even standards necessarily. It's
Right.
literally what's going to be sustainable long term.
There you
Because
go.
and looks and even what he earns cannot be the barometer. It has to be everything. Yeah, he earns great money, but is he wise with how he spends it? Is he a good steward over his
Hmm.
finances? Is he broke before his next payday every month? Like, you got to look at all of that. And so, again,
Everything.
just going back to dealing with us ladies, going back to deal with us, you can't change anybody but yourself. So stop thinking you got what it takes to change this man. If he got 6 baby mamas and he ain't with none of them, you are not going to be the one to change himself. He has to change himself. So I just had to put that out there because
No, I'm
again,
glad you share that. I mean, I totally agree with you. I mean, in my book, Dear Brothers, Dear Sisters, Listen Up, what you stated is very similar to what I sometimes share with some of my clients. I call it the DBDS zones, and there's 3 different zones. The first one is the friendship zone. And I tell sisters to listen, take your time, get to know that person. Because anytime you come across a brother, they're always going to present that representative. That's with anybody. But the representative is the one that you meet. I wouldn't even suggest to have sex with that person, because sex clouds everything. But you get a chance. Right. But that's the thing. Now you get to know that person's values, as you stated. You get to know all of that during the friendship zone. Then the second zone is called the intimate zone. That's where you're both at a level to be more personal with each other. You may invite him to your inner circle. You may invite him to see one of your diamond friends, whatever the case may be. And you can both decide where you want now you know where you want the relationship to go, because now the walls are the representative is gone. Now you see this person, right?
wow.
And then finally, the third zone is called the physical zone. And this is where I feel like the title and bond go hand in hand. This is where you guys become one. This is where you become his wife. This is where now you have what you're looking for. He has what he's looking for, because you guys already figure each other out there in the friend zone. You guys already had that intimacy zone and so forth. So I think to further illustrate my point, I believe title and the bond go hand in hand, because look, just think about it. Can you imagine going to school for like 6 or 8 years for your PhD degree, and once you walk across that stage, they just suggest something like, "Hey, good job," and don't give you that title, that PhD degree, or you're paying off your car note, and at the end they don't give you a title. They don't give you the ownership to that car.
Ooh, that's good.
It's almost like you're investing in something for so long and you get no return, and that's dedicated to the sisters that's been waiting like 8 or 10 years for a ring, and then later on they break up, and a month later he's marrying someone else.
Come
Because
on.
that's why you did not take the time to vet properly. You did not take the time to do the research. You guys could have had different values. You didn't have any conditions, as I stated.
Right.
He may have been a ratchet communicator, and you may have been a good communicator, or vice versa.
Right.
And that's why it never went anywhere, because your values were not congruent.
Agreed. And again, like we talked about earlier in terms of, dating with purpose, when you are vetting and you are in the vetting process, take some of the superficial off the list,
There you go.
right? Because superficial things, obviously, is everyone can reach it. Everyone can access it. That's why it's called superficial. That's why it's shallow. You don't have to be deep to get it. Everyone can get that. So don't take all of that off the table. Focus on intrinsic skills, his character, how he communicates. What's his
There
relationship
you
with his
go.
mom like? We ain't doing that enough. What is his relationship
No.
with his mama like, sis? Because that is a barometer for how he treats women, based on what that relationship looks like. And some
Yeah.
of it is not even his fault. It could literally be because he just had a trifling mama. But if that is the case, that means there's going to be some hurt there. There's going to be some nurturer lack there. There's some voids there. And are you up for the job? Because that's a lot of work. And
Yeah.
if you're not up for the job, you'll do it in the beginning because you really like him and y'all connect or whatever. He cute. After 6, 7 months, you tired of that. And then you being tired of that and frustrated with that is showing in the relationship. So now he tell you tripping. You really
Mm-hmm.
frustrated because you tired of trying to be nurturer and girlfriend.
There you
So
go.
again, you have to know what it is that you want, what you can handle. Know your own strengths and weaknesses. What are you bringing to the table? Again, take
Right.
the superficial stuff off.
Yeah. I mean, all those things are what you stated are transactional. Like for me, when I was,
Yes, yes.
before I came across April, I had me a list. I mean, I had me a criteria. What do I want in a woman? One thing I did not want a woman that was just, after my money. That's a woman I consider financial gratification. That's type of mindset. I did not want a woman that was devious. I wanted someone. To me, I don't care about the money. The money. That's the easy part. You know,
Right.
taking the time or putting the effort to getting to know someone is more sufficient compared to what those superficial things that you can easily get. So
Right.
just coming across someone that was a good communicator, one that was polite, one that was fun to be around with. Because I was visioning myself like, man, if I'm going to get married, I want to be married to someone that's fun and easygoing.
Right.
And if we
Right.
have a conflict, we still on that same page to like, she's a good communicator. I'm a good communicator. We can just solve anything. So
Right.
you're right about do the work because I think having a partner, when you have a partner, you have to make sure that person is the one because that's the most important position that they're going to have next to you in your life because that's going to affect you. Whoever you're with is going to correlate with your health. You're right. Your finances is going to correlate with a lot of things that's going to have a big impact on how you move within the world today.
Exactly. I love that you brought up the friendship thing because that's actually one of my desires and one of my needs in my next relationship. We have to be friends because I'm a clown. I love to laugh. I love to make other people laugh.
Oh
I'm not that
man.
serious. And I need someone who's not going to be annoyed by my foolery. Okay.
So
Because
you like that Martin and Gina relationship? See that Martin and Gina?
like I'm going to cut up at least 80% of the time. Okay. And so I do need a friendship. And I recognize when your man or your girl or your mate, whatever, is your friend, there's a different added respect. There's like an
I agree.
extra level of respect that comes with that. And I don't have the time to get into that, but I did read a book about it. There's a lot of articles about it. Y'all can Google it. But it
Mm,
is like real data that proves when you are friends with your spouse or friends with your mate, there's an added level of respect there.
yes.
We don't like hurting or disappointing our friends.
We
We
don't. We
will
don't.
disappoint our mates. We will. But it's something about our friends. We don't want the bestie mad at us. We don't want that homeboy, our dude mad at us, right? And so y'all look into that. That's real. So Mel, I'm gonna take a break and go to the comments, and then we're gonna get into this last topic because we're running out of
Oh,
time. We
man,
got
this is going. We could
here.
talk about this all night, man. You don't got like extra bonus hours, something like that. Well, go ahead. Go ahead. Sister.
We got to come back. All
Yeah.
right. Listen, you are getting so many preachers, bro. Look, Jakiva, hello, beautiful. That's one of our honorary diamonds. She
Oh,
said,
thank you,
"Preach,
sister. Appreciate that.
you are getting us all the way together." Jonathan says, "Love the energy." Thank
Appreciate
you.
that, brother. Thank you.
We love it. Daisha says, "We have to put a demand on ourselves before putting expectations on the potential mate." Sis, that's a word.
Fire.
That's a whole word. That's a
Fire.
whole word. Tiffany says, "Women been talking. He broke my vagina vaginas since time to heal them walls." No, no, no. Since we gonna have a whole show about that. We gonna have a whole show about that.
Yeah.
Clearly, you are my go-to for that one. I'm serious. April says, "Love the show."
Oh,
Shout out
wifey.
to my
Hey, baby. Love you.
sister.
You see what I talk
Yes,
about? Supportive, supportive. Right there.
yes,
That's what
y'all.
us
We
good
got
quality men love, man. A woman that supports you.
yes, love to you, sis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, I knew you was gonna be here. Husband on here. Shalana says that's so good. Does he steward over what he has? That part, sis. That
Mm,
part. Is he responsible for what he already has?
right,
All
right.
right, we'll take one more. Facebook user says, take all the superficial things off the list.
Off.
Agreed. All
Yes.
of it. to go.
All of it. Wipe
All of
off.
it has to go. Yeah. That's so good. That is so good. So look, we got one more topic for y'all, and then we gonna drop some final gems and get out y'all way. We hope
Yes.
this is helpful. Y'all know my intent is never to hurt, but to help and to inspire and encourage. I am in the midst of my healing journey because I'm going to date better the next time, and I just want the same for you. And if I can help and bring extra backup to help, I'm here for it. So look, I want to know,
Hmm.
I want to talk about, is marriage the goal? And the reason this is
Ooh.
so important because we live in a I don't need a man, era. A lot of these independent women is I don't need a man, I ain't trying to get married, I don't need a husband. And then we got dudes who are we don't need titles and commitment. That ain't necessary. We know how we feel about each other. Is
Right.
marriage even the goal anymore? Why is marriage important and why should marriage be our goal as like the finale to a relationship?
Well, my sister, from my perspective, marriage is actually a blessing with the right person. And not to say those who choose not to be married won't be blessed, but I believe marriage is the commitment above commitments, right? I also believe that it's a false narrative to those that believe that marriage is a piece of paper that I mentioned earlier. My belief, as I stated, is that marriage is a three-way covenant between man, woman, and God, period.
Period.
But first, I'll tell people out there, marriage is not easy. It's hard work, but anything that you value in life will be hard work to obtain and maintain it. And to talk about those benefits, listen, if marriage is your goal, and I have nothing against my single people, but one thing I could say is that people that are in healthy marriages live longer and healthier lives. There's data out there to prove that, you know. There's also the simple fact that you have more social capital. You mentioned that, in a healthy marriage, they understand how to maintain their finances, right? When you have a partner that is working with you, not a certain sister that's in competition with you, because when you're in competition with your man,
Wow.
that rocket ship, you're going to deplete that rocket ship and it's going to go down. But when you collab together, all you're going to do is just pump that rocket ship up and it's going to keep on going up past the atmosphere. So another thing too is I think marriage benefits us collectively when you have two parent households. Nothing against my single parents out there. Listen, I was raised by a single mother, but I also admitted at the top of the hour that I lacked that masculinity. I was not emotionally centered. And when you have a man in that child's life, they can give them guidance. They can give them logic-based facts on how to do things. Quick story. When my daughter, she was 8 years old, I can remember the time that she was on her bike and she hit the curb on the right side and she fell off and she started crying. And my daughter's mother came over there, wiped it off and cuddled her and said it's going to be okay. And I told her, like, hey, just get back on that bike. I didn't hug my daughter. I was like, next time you get on that bike, make sure you take a left and not a right. She did that and she never fell off that curb. But the thing is, I was there to guide and lead her while my daughter's mother was there to nurture her. And I think that's a straight balance, right?
Yeah.
And, so it's a lot of things. Another thing about a healthy marriage, the father and mother know how to communicate in a loving and respectful manner. I think that sets the blueprints to the child on how to treat a woman and how a woman's supposed to treat a man as they further get into the dating phase. And this will help them to deal with conflict. This will also help them to be more sensitive and respect other people's feelings, not stand off the rail if you have a disagreement, like with this whole Kanye West thing going on right now. But the whole marriage thing is just, it's an amazing feeling because, as I mentioned, you do live longer, healthier lives. It's really great for your mental health. And marriage is not lockdown. To those that think that when you get married it's a lockdown status, no, it's actually freedom because you want someone that is authentic. It's like you have a best friend and a lover and a lifetime contract. That's what it feels like with me in April. Like, that's my best friend but also my partner. It's like, and it feels great, that Martin and Gina love. We have issues but we work through them. And I just want to share with everybody with what we have, that love. And I think that's what's missing. And I think once we get to that point, then our communities is going to be better. You know, healthier families become healthier communities.
Absolutely.
Right now, I mean, I know our sisters out there like, hey, I don't need a man. You know, they flying solo. You know, they have that one wing, but when you have two wings, you can fly even further when you have two wings. You know.
Come on,
so,
Pete.
I mean,
good. That is so good. Like,
thank you, sister.
I'm smiling because I'm like, that's it right there. Like my views on marriage are so parallel and consistent. Like there are so many reasons why I think marriage matters. One, it is a wealth builder, right?
It is.
Everybody now, the trend is secure the bag, you know, become wealthy, own your life, you know, financial freedom. Okay, the best way to do that is with a partner.
There you go.
Oh, I'm independent, I can secure the bag alone. Yeah, you probably could. But you can do even better with a husband, right?
There you go.
I believe marriage needs to be the goal because women need a covering. Now, y'all know I ain't the most religious, churchy girl, but I am spiritual, and I do believe in the institution of marriage, and God's design was to provide woman, the one who carries the womb, with a covering.
There you go.
He's responsible for the life inside of us, and the head is responsible for all of those under him. And I don't say under him like he owns us or we press under his thumb.
Submissive, I know that has so many unbalanced terms, but preach, sis. Go ahead.
All of that. I'm not talking about the perverted, distorted version of marriage. I'm talking about the genuine, love-based, respect-based, honor-based marriage system that God created. You need a covering, sis. I don't care how dope you think you are, how independent you are. You need masculine energy to cover your feminine energy. There are things that happen out in the world that we are not prepared to handle by ourselves.
There you go.
At all. But when you have a husband, when you have that stature of man and that masculine energy, there's certain things that just don't happen in your home.
Yeah.
Like there are literally certain things that energetically do not happen in your home when there is masculine energy present. So yes, you need a husband. The other thing that I value in having a husband and having a spouse, and that is my goal, I want my daughters to see their mother honored by a man.
There you go.
The greatest honor a man can give a woman is not children. It's respect and a hand in marriage. To say, I honor you so much that I want you to have my last name and I'm vowing my love to you for the rest of our lives. There is no greater honor to me. And I need my daughters to see that there is a man that thinks that much of their mother to make her his wife. I don't want to be a girlfriend forever. I don't want to be a boo forever. I don't want to be, no. I want to be your wife. I want you to introduce me as, this is my wife, Natina. And so that's why marriage is important to me. And I think
I like that.
Broken, we put up this wall to say, I don't need to be married. I value myself. I love myself. Grace says you can love yourself and him.
Well, it's a deflection, Natima. It's a deflection. When I hear certain sisters that will say something like, I'm single by choice, you know, it's almost as if they have that attitude, take me as I am, that take me as I am type of moniker, you know. And I always state that, listen, you always have to find ways to improve yourself in order to attract that right man, you know, because when a man is serious, he will write his name on the dotted line. I don't care if it's a lease. I don't care if it's a mortgage. I don't care if it's a birth certificate. I don't care if it's marriage. When that man is serious, he's not going to have you waiting 5 to 10 years for a ring, you know, but at the same time, you have to make sure that you are wife material, you know. If you're the type of woman that's out there that's just not respectful, not classy, taking 10,000 back shots every week, you know, instead of just honoring yourself and like, hey, I'm going to keep this as a secret for my future spouse. Hey, that's what attracted me to April. She has like 600 likes just on her face alone. Never had a back shot photo. But the thing is that the sisters that I respect and admire are the ones that get attention, but they don't crave for the attention. You know, they advertise their mind and they're very, you know, mysterious, you know, they soft spoken and they congratulate each other. Like where men are very observant. We see how you treat each other. You know, I see a lot of women that's jealous of the next woman, saying that she's prettier or more dark skin or light skin, whatever the case may be. You have to understand those are turnoffs. If you have a potty mouth, if you're always cursing all the time, those are turnoffs.
Get me together, Jesus. Yeah. That's I'm gonna work on this time of mine.
No, you're classy, my sister, but I'm just stating that it's a lot of things that, a quality man. I mean, especially right now, the ratio is 7 women to 1 guy. So it's like, even though there's a myth that's going on, like my thing is the relationship is the prize. I don't believe the man is surprised. I don't think the woman is surprised. I think a good, healthy relationship is the prize, because it's not about happy wife, happy life. It's about happy spouse, happy house. I always think that, There you go.
Oh my God, that's so good. Y'all drop that in the comments. Somebody retweet that for me and quote my brother. Tag him. Oh. That is good. The relationship is the prize, not the man or the woman. And one thing, with the few minutes we have left before I let you drop a gem, I want to take a moment to talk about women preparing themselves. I hate this meme that circulates social media. Every couple of months it comes back out. Don't be giving boyfriends wife treatment. Shut up. Who created that?
I was going to ask you that question.
Like, I'm dying to slap. Just shut up. How is he supposed to know that you are quality?
Right, logically, I know. If you think about it, I know.
And again, we share that, and then we adopt that mentality. That's right. I ain't giving no boyfriend no wife treatment. Well, then you're gonna be a girlfriend forever.
There you go.
Your girlfriend forever. He needs to see.
It.
Cultivate an environment for support. That you know how to take care of a household. That you can, you know what I'm saying, respect him. That you can cook a damn meal, sis. Like, come on.
No oodles and noodles. No hot pockets. Say, I mean, just imagine if a man was to say that. I'll show her that I'm a protector and a leader and a provider once I'm her husband. It doesn't make any sense. You got to see it right now. That is so true. Very true.
It annoys me so bad. Because then we blindly follow people. And who wrote the meme? Does she even have a husband? Like, seriously. And y'all
gotta think.
That's right, sis. Sharon, repost, period. No, you sound crazy. Because if you don't show your employer that you have the skills and the abilities to do the job, you're gonna be unemployed. Okay?
Simple.
You have to prove that you can do the work. What is so wrong with doing that for a man? Especially a man that you're in a relationship with and that you're interested in building something with. If there's no future, sis, by all means, don't give him nothing. You shouldn't even give him your time or access to you. But if he is a high value man, a quality man, what is so wrong with showing him your wife, you know what I'm saying, your wife energy? The fact that you can do wifely things.
I mean,
sleeping with him.
I know. I mean, the thing is, I think that privilege should always be earned, like trust. You gotta, if you're given that sort of treatment to undeserving people, then it goes back to reflective on you. You have to give it to people that earn it. Still be who you are, be that feminine person, like you state, show them who you are. But you also, like we always stated at the earlier of the show, vet properly. That's it. If you're in a great relationship and you, as you mentioned, you have a high quality man or woman,
right?
Don't do that, because you're gonna also. We can go on for hours for that topic alone, right there.
Bro, when I say it drives me nuts, like I just can't stand it. Like, because we're really robbing ourselves of an opportunity to show that we're so much more than our silhouette. We always talk about, I want to be respected. I want to be, you know what I'm saying, loved for who I am on the inside. Well, what else are you showing him?
There you go.
You're willing to sleep with this man, but you're not willing to cook him a meal. You're not willing to support his dreams and his, and motivate him. Make it make sense for me. And so, ladies, we have to do better. One, have your own mindset.
There you
Stop
go.
Letting these memes dictate how you pursue relationships and how you pursue in meaningful engagement with men. Think for yourself. If you want a man that wants to respect, that's going to respect you, and you want to make it to marriage, then you need to do marriage-minded things. You can't do thotty city girl things and thinking you about to get treated like a wife. Y'all out here wanting women pepper wings and hookah all the time from him. What if he only does that for his wife?
There you go.
Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, make it make sense. So, bro, we are down to the hour. I didn't even go off on a tangent, but y'all know I get passionate about topics and I got to talk about it. But please bless us with your final thought. Go ahead and give us a gem. Go ahead and give the gems and gents a
I
gem.
mean, my final thoughts will be my final gem is impress yourselves and other people will be impressed by you. You know what I'm saying? Just work on you, continue to do the work, continue to do the self care, know what you want before going out there, and trust me, you will get the relationship you earn. Trust me.
Mm.
And by the way, one last thing I just want to mention, if you are single, I do have my own dating website called dbdssingles.com. So make sure you check it out, and make sure you join. It is free, so check it out.
Y'all, please do that. Please. It has helped me tremendously. Listen to my brother Mel. Thank you again
Huh.
for doing this episode with me. I so appreciate every gem that you dropped tonight. I know that you helped. All I saw in the comments was preach, 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 preach. So you were giving us some good stuff, hopefully some applicable stuff, some relevant stuff. It definitely was relevant for me. And so I really appreciate you and hope to have you on again. Thank you, DBDS family. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my sister April, and all of those on tonight. Sorry we didn't get to make it back to the comments. We ran out of time, but I
Went by
hope
so
this
fast.
it really does. The hour goes by so fast. But I
Mhm.
hope this helps someone. I hope you're encouraged and inspired. I know my communication style could come off a little New York, okay, a little rough around the edges, but know my heart is in the right place. I really want us healed and whole and in healthy relationships because that's what I desire for myself. And so that's what I want for you. And that is my final thought. That's my gem. I want for you what I want for me. And that's genuine love, respect, honor, and happiness for the rest of my life. So until next time, y'all know what it is. Continue to hustle and shine. Mwah. Good night, everybody.